Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. I'm so stoked to have you here. Today I'm keen to discuss composition and how introducing elements of minimalistic photography can really help elevate your work and help tell the story you want to share. To help me discuss this, I want to bring you along on a little sunrise mission I did recently to help show you what I'm on about. Guys, if you're new here, which let's face it, everyone is, welcome. My goal with these videos, guys, is to just connect with more photographers, to share some tips and some more of my work that I think will be of value to you. I would love it if you could hit the like button, reach out on Instagram, say hello. I always love chatting with other photographers, so let me know what you're shooting and feel free to reach out. So guys, like I said, in order to help me discuss this topic, I want to bring you along on a little sunrise photography mission I did this past weekend. It's a funny journey, but at 5 a.m. on a Sunday morning, I got up and I drove in search of a tree.
I think it's around here. And we are here.
Yes, I realize this sounds ridiculous, but this tree is in an empty field and it has always caught my eye whenever I'm leaving town, and I've always wanted to go back and take a photo of that composition. And fortunately enough, it ties in perfectly with what I wanted to discuss today, so let's get right into it. Before we dive into the shots themselves, it's important that we kind of go over what minimalist photography is and some of the techniques involved. Obviously, definitions for photography concepts can be insanely subjective, but for me, minimalist photography is all about intent and simplicity. It's knowing what to include and what to leave out, and how balancing these two things can help tell the story you want to tell. Personally, I love capturing photos with a minimalist mindset. I feel it's a great way for you to show your audience that you know what you're doing and that every element in the frame is there for a reason. Whether it's the use of negative space to inversely direct your viewer's attention towards your subject, or the use of lines and shapes in your photos like a horizon, for example. Minimalist photography techniques can help elevate your work, and it's something I practice quite a lot. So guys, moving back to this sunrise photography mission, this tree that I was looking for is the perfect example of a minimalist composition. To make things more interesting about this morning, I didn't actually know where this tree was. I had a vague idea of where this field was located, but I didn't actually have a position to put into the maps.
I feel it's out there though. Sun not up yet.
I did some scanning on Google the night before, and fortunately, thanks to the satellite feature, I managed to locate the area in which I thought this tree could be. Literally, I was zooming in looking for shadows on fields, and it's something I wouldn't recommend, so if you do see a frame on a drive, mark it then and there and save yourself a ton of time.
I have a feeling that this is it. That one there. And we're right here. So we're gonna give that a chance. But if not, we've got to go find somewhere new.
I had a few failed attempts in the search for this tree, which wasn't great for our time. But fortunately, after a few failed attempts, I did manage to locate the tree in the field that it was in.
That's the tree we were looking for. I can't believe we found it. And that is it. That is our golden tree.
When I arrived, there wasn't much light, so I had a bit of time to work out where I wanted to set up for the sunrise.
Oh, there she is. Set up.
So when I set my tripod up, I did my best to experiment with different compositions and way to use this tree in the frame.
The tree isn't that spectacular. The sunrise behind us is really nice. But yeah, this is it. This is the tree that we were chasing. Hopefully when the light comes up a bit, we get a bit more light and things start to work for us.
Right off the bat, I could tell in the back of my viewfinder that the use of negative space and wider focal lengths really helped tell this story of loneliness and solitude I wanted to go for. Granted, this is a damn tree, and talking about loneliness in a tree is a bit weird, but this is the kind of effect I wanted this frame to have. I wanted to show my viewer how this vast open field can still have a little bit of life in the middle, and our tree was the perfect subject for that.
So the light has just popped out. New composition.
Here you can see with this image, I've centered our tree, immediately drawing our viewer right into the middle of the frame. It shows our subject, the tree, in its environment and all on its own. I certainly could have zoomed in and cropped and been like, yo, here's this tree I was talking about, and that wouldn't have been such a powerful photo. But instead, by keeping wide and keeping a lot of negative space, I showed this tree in its environment. And by doing so, I tried to drive home this idea of loneliness and solitude out in this empty field. This shot certainly is my favorite from the day. Kind of like a poor man's Windows background. I just love how this tree is angled towards the right. It continues the leading line of our horizon. To get this shot, I did have to do a lot of maneuvering about. I had to pick up my tripod, I had to find some different spots, and by doing so, I saw that this tree had a really nice angle we could photograph. This is certainly my favorite from the day, and it was at the end of the day that I captured this.
Oh, and we've got some friends flying through here.
The last shot I want to chat about today with you guys is this one. Whilst this shot may appear to be a little too busy to be classified as a minimalist composition, I think it speaks to the way I view minimalistic photography. With this frame, everything I've included is intentional. So whilst you could classify it as a bit too busy to be a minimalist composition, I view it as simplicity and intent, and that's why I've included it. These are just 3 images from this series. If you wanted to view the full set, the full series is available on my Patreon account, so I'll leave a link below for you to go check it out. I did also manage to capture some beautiful video footage of the birds flying around, so if you are interested, I'll leave a link and you can go see more. That's all I wanted to talk about today, guys, with regards to minimalistic composition. I think it's the practice of intent and simplicity, and if you can bring that to your photography, I think it can really help elevate your work and help tell the story you want to share. But for me, that's all for today, guys. Comment below to let me know what you think. I would love it if you could send through some of your photos and we can chat about them. But otherwise, guys, I really appreciate your time and I'll speak with you soon.